special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
21-yard line.
Mayfield on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Chavez. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Up at the 29 now. They'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard.
At the 29.
First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And he's going to have a Browns first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Browns first down.
From the gun, Mayfield. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
First down, Cleveland.
Here's Madison running on first down. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
The ball carrier.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 15 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
Anytime anyone throws for over 300 yards in a game, you know their name is going to be considered for Offensive Player of the Week. And in the AFC last week, our guy got it.
Yeah, he was the guy on top of his game. He'll try to duplicate that here in this one. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Pass interference. Defense.
So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped it. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
1st and goal, Cleveland.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
Offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. They'll run with Madison. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Now Mayfield on 3rd and goal. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And his kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Now a handoff looking right. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 36 yards on the play. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
39-yard line.
2nd and 11. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know we spent a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays on the football. How about a good linebacker? Feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and knocks it away. Really well done.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent.
And Madison hit, and the ball pops free.
Alexander Madison, the ball carrier. Fumble on the play. Recovered.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately. I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And now off to the races down the right side. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And his throw is incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd down and 10.
Mayfield down. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there. There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. The safeties were well back there, and he had a lot of room. Were they in the cover too?
Yeah, they were, and the safeties were back. You know, usually they're 12 to 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, somewhere around the hash mark for each of them. But what also happens if the linebackers dive into the line, if you block them initially, that blocker can come off of them and get up to the safeties on the 2nd level, and now you've got a big place to run the football.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab, and the Bengals have taken the lead.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Going on the ground with Madison. And he'll 8-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted. This is 3rd and 7.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. It didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. Second quarter, a guy like him, no catches, so that's the surprising part, but they're winning, so maybe they've been able to do some other things effectively, I guess.
And they found other ways, haven't they? Because the receivers will tell you, offense needs to run through us, but they're managing to get it done in this ball game without having to actually do that. I wouldn't expect them to stay silent for the rest of the game.
Yeah, you got to think that his first catch is coming at some point. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Going, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bengals add on to their lead. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Browns' drive about to get started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's got his man, Boyd. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Excellent play there on, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. Pass slip. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
That was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties. And they wisely did not take that one and made it fourth down.
43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got a man open. It's Ross. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Throwing, Mayfield. Slant pass to Boyd. The 40, 30, 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Tyler Boyd. His second touchdown on the season. And the Browns get a score closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
And he puts this one through. It makes our score 31-10. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
John Ross and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? It's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Under pressure, and he will go down. sacked back at the 46. The #1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead.
That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
The Browns drive about to get started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wait.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Yeah, he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Now he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. From 13 yards out. And this offense is running away with this one.
You got it figured out by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Bengals 45, Browns 10.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A gain of 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
35-yard line.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
On third down, Mayfield. They'll get this underneath to Madison. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back. Now they try the right side here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
3rd and 2.
Now, Bengals on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down. They'll look to throw. Open man is Ross, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number one.
A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Back to throw again. That is caught inside the 5. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Mayfield throwing complete there to Hooper. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
4 brings up 3rd and inches.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception. His 3rd. Picked off at the 33. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. They're riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. To try again after the sack. Mayfield looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Chavez. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First down, Browns.
One last shot from Mayfield here. McKinnon here, it's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Final score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bengals, their winning ways continue.